Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live, and today is Monday, September 13th, 2021. We are in the first day of the new trading week, and we are also in the final hour of the current trading day. As you know, my favorite time to make my buying and selling decisions is at the end of the day, in the last hour, and in particular in the last few minutes, because during the day you have the day traders and the algorithms. They are in control of the price. At the end of the day, in that last hour, in those last few minutes, the large financial institutions come in, flex their muscles. They're dealing with the most money. They have very smart people, best information, best technology. They take control of the price away from the day traders and the algorithms. And I consider them to be the smartest money on the street, and therefore the closing prices to be the most valid price of the day. And therefore, that is why I make my trades at the end of the day, and I believe it's a long-term edge in your trading. Hope everyone is doing well today. Hope you're having a great day. In general, hope you're having a good trading day. Appreciate you being here. It's always nice to have you here. I always look forward to it. I appreciate all the contributions that everyone in the group provides, and just makes it a nice place for us to come during the last hour of the market and talk a little shop. Talk a little trading. So here is the plan. Well, let's take a look at the market. Currently, Dow Jones up 101 points, up 0.29%. NASDAQ, however, down 77 points, down about 0.5%. And the S&P down 12.11 point, down 0.27%. So there's been some rotation lately, with some indexes being green while others being red. So I'm not seeing this across the board, reds or greens, which indicates rotation. And today the rotation looks like into the industrials, into the Dow stocks. So here's the plan for today. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back, take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them going forward. I do have a couple day trades that I'm going to share with you today as well. Then we're going to go over to the board. We're going to take a look at my students' current positions, see where they bought them, why they bought them, and see how the trades are working out. I do see some green over there for sure. After that, we are going to talk a little bit about trader psychology. Always my favorite subject, and it's my favorite subject because it is the most important skill that you can learn in trading. We always get caught up in entries, exits, what kind of strategies you use. It's all nonsense, everyone. I'm kidding. It's not nonsense, but the real skill, I mean, yes, you have to learn how to trade. Yes, there's all sorts of different ways to trade. One's not better than the other. You have to, fit it to your personality. But the one thing you do need for sure, 100%, you need to follow whatever plan that you have come up with, and therefore you have to have the emotional control to follow your plan. I say it every day. You probably think, Greg's just going on one of his rants, but it's the most important thing, everyone. I don't know what else to tell you, and that's why I talk about it every day. Okay, after that, I do have some end-of-day candidates that I will be looking at. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, confluence combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, I need to have a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2 to 1, based upon support below me, valid resistance and likely resistance above me. And then number 3, I have to have a complete trading plan, which includes, for me, position sizing based upon volatility, knowing my maximum allowed losses, knowing where my emergency stop is, knowing where my end-of-day stops are, knowing where my intraday profit targets are, knowing where my significant overhead resistance levels are, and as always, having a good trailing stop methodology in place. It's super important. That is what a complete trading plan looks like, and that's what I use for every single one of my trades. So with those 3 requirements, I'm going to go through the end-of-day candidates, multiple time frames, risk to reward ratios. If I find something that looks good at the end of the day, I will purchase it right before the market closes. After the market closes, if anyone has any questions for me, please let me know. I'm happy to answer. If you need any clarification on anything, let me know. If there are any stock symbols that you would like me to look at and give you my humble opinion on, put them in the chat. I'll do my best to get to them before the close of the market. And then lastly, if my students, any of my current students have any positions on the board that they would like me to update, please, if you could please just wait till the end of the day before you tell me about them. And then that way I'm done teaching, I'm done trading, and we'll spend as much time as we need to get it all handled. All right. So hang tight. I'm going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. Okie dokie, Smokey. Here we go. Let's see who's here today. Michael Wilkinson is here. Nice to see you, Michael. As always, my friend, hope you are having a good day. Miko is here. Good to see you. Miko is another Mike. Good afternoon, Greg and everyone. Good to see you, Miko. Thank you for coming. Johnson is here. Hi, Greg and all. Nice to see you, Johnson. Dan gives me the peace sign. Always look forward to that peace sign, buddy. And right back at you. Alvarez, nice to see you. Hi, everyone. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. Rich is here. What's up, everyone? Good to see you, Rich. Hope you're having a good day. Rich is a current student of mine. George is here. Hi, all. Nice to see you, George. Hope you are doing well. Paxton from the Dynamic Duo, Mr. and Mrs. Dynamic Duo. Glad to see you, Packy. Hope you're having a good day. Jonathan from Ireland is here. Nice to see you, Jonathan. Tom is here. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you are doing well. David is here. Good to see you, David. Hope the family is doing well. Nigma says, good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see you. Nigma, hope you're having a good day. Anya T is also here. Hope you are doing well. Hope you are feeling great. Kamal is here. Nice to see you, Kamal, buddy. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for everything that you do for this channel. You know, I mean that, and appreciate your friendship. All right, well, let's get started. Okay. Tom and I are in Expedia. We did buy Expedia back here on the 7th of November. Close under, close over the 200 and a V2. Bought here at 147.37. Moved up a couple days ago, did hit some profits. Nice day today, did hit 2 profit targets. It's up 2.13%. Did hit 1 profit target at 148 even and 148.81. So this trade up on the day, and this trade also up on the trade about 0.65%. But strong day today, especially after coming off that low earlier in the morning. Goldman Sachs. Tom, David, and I did short. This is a short position on Goldman Sachs. Textbook perfect shorting opportunity where you have a double top with the bearish divergence. Here's the first top with strong MACD bars. We pulled back into the value zone with red. We made a second high, which was higher on shorter MACD bars. You see how high these are, how short these are. That indicates the second move back up here. Did not quite have the momentum as the first one. Then we made a lower high V2. Here is day 1, here is day 2, here is day 3. Day 2 washes out 1, 3 closes below day 1's close. Shorted at 411.39. It's 407.78. It is up 1.7% today, so it is down on the day for me, but it is up on the trade about 0.93%. SPY, I do buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning. I did buy it on Friday at 445.44, gapped up nicely 448.64. So hit a really nice overnight SPY trade. We had the big down bar on Friday. Not surprised we got rejected at the 50% mark here. I have here written Steve exited his SPY position for a 44.67% gain. Very nice, Steve. Steve did buy puts on the SPY, which is a bearish position. He based his entry on the 1030 EMA crossover on the VIX. When those cross over, it indicates possible increase in volatility, and that's why he bought puts, which is a short position on the SPY. So I read earlier on his post that he exited for a 44.67% gain. So way to go, Steve. And then again, of course, I bought 445.44, gapped open, overnight SPY trade out at 448.64. Visa, Tom, Miko, Jonathan, Tom, Lovett, and myself did buy Visa with a triple confluence, bounce at the 200-day moving average, rejection of the negative third ATR channel, and an under over 30. Bought this at 224.08, moved up nicely ever since we bought it, took some profit targets, got to hold on, everyone. I'm sorry. The door just knocked. That didn't sound like Amazon. Well, what do you know? It was Amazon. Didn't have that Amazon knock. Okay. Anyway, triple confluence entry on Visa at 224.08. Moved up nicely, got to my trailing stop level. Friday had a close below the previous day's low. I locked in half profits there. Did hit one profit target today earlier in the day, and the one was up, which I'm always glad, at 226.45. So right now, I'm about break even on the trade if you look at the trade, but I'm not break even because I scale out into strength and locked in half profits on Friday. So that's why I like to trade both offensive and defensively. I like to sell into strength, and then I have my trailing stop methodology. My end of day stop on this is a close below the 200-day moving average. Apple. All right, let's take a look at some Apple trades. I will go in reverse order here. I did buy Apple on the 5 minutes, false breakout to the downside, V2, bought at 148.96. Next bar, I sold half at 149.19, continued to move up. I sold another half of a half at 149.27. Then it came back down to my entry point and I got out, and then it immediately raced up. But that's okay. Still profitable trade. Let me get rid of this and then we'll go through the first trade that I had. First trade I had here was a price was above the value zone, into the value zone, started to move sideways, sideways, sideways. I bought here when it triggered a V2 in the value zone, returned to value, sideways motion, bought at 149.39, did sell half of my position at 149.84, lost the 50 EMA, SMA, sold at 149.75, had another big bar up here, sold at 150.03, sold another at 150.23, and the rest at 149.96. So nice return to value, sideways motion, nice day trade in at 149.39, out at 149.75, out at 149.84, 149.96, out at 150.13, and out at 150.23. So all good trades there on Apple. Day trade, then I also traded Twitter. Okay. Where was my Twitter trade? Here's my Twitter trade. We were moving sideways here, quite a lot of sideways motion. Here, triggered a fractal. Here's a high with two lower highs to the left, two lower highs to the right. I did buy at 59.40. Move sideways, move sideways, move sideways, had one bar up, took some profit at 59.57, got back to my entry and just sold it. So the profitable part was 59.40 up to 59.57. So that's the day trades. But all around, good, good, good. Happy for that. Let's go over and check out your trades. Here we go. Tom and Gary did buy Ulta at return to value, sideways motion, V2, bought it at 383.15. It's 371.31. It is down on the day today, and it is also down on the trade. Domino's Pizza still looks like have Miko in Domino's from about 516.50. It's currently 510.92. It is up on the day, but it is down on the trade. Miko, if this is not right, let me know and I'll get it updated. AN, Dynamic Duo did buy AN at 105.10. Looks like an under 30 over 30 with the V1 entry. 105.10. It's 105.42 up on the day and up on the trade. Alibaba, Kamal bought Alibaba down here at 160. It is currently 164.86. It is down on the day, 1.93%, but it is up on the trade, which is great. Chewy, Dynamic Duo did buy Chewy at 75.99. It is currently 73.59. So this is down on the day and down on the trade. Zoom, Frank bought Zoom at 290.49. Currently it's 292.44. It's down 3% on the day, but it's still up on the trade. And I know Frank sold half when it was up higher. Trip having a nice day for the Dynamic Duo. Higher low V2 bought here 34.72. It's 36.78. It's up 5.21%, everybody. Wow. That is fantastic on the day. And this trade is up about 4.48%. So way to go, Dynamic Duo. UVXY, Ava, is this you on the weekly or the daily? I can't remember. Ava did have a great purchase on UVXY at $22. It's $23.44. It's down 1.72% today, but Ava is up on this trade 6.52%, which is amazing. Maybe you could let me know, Ava, whether that's weekly or daily. Lyft, another nice trade here by the Dynamic Duo, bought here at 50.50 with a 520 crossover. It's 51.93. It's up 3.84%. So the Dynamic Duo having a good day on those two stocks. KMX, Steve and David did buy KMX with a 520 crossover at 131.25. It's 133.73. It's down a little bit on the day, but nicely up on the trade, 1.88%. STNE, I believe this is Lava, bought STNE with an under 30 over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, bought at 43.90. It's 43.35, so it is down on the day and it is slightly down on the trade. And then we have Disney. Disney was bought by Michael Martin back here at 180.08. It's currently 184.46. It's up 0.2% on the day, and so far on the trade, up 2.44%. So very nice, very, very nice, everyone. Hey, Steve Burns is here. Good to see you, Steve. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks for coming. Always appreciate you being here. Hey, this is a good time for me to mention, everyone. Look at this. Here is Steve right here. This is Christopher Uhl, my friend Christopher Uhl. He has a great podcast on YouTube. I'm going to share the link with you, but from 10-Minute Trader, but Trading Habits According to Steve Burns. So this is an interview done with Steve Burns that Christopher is doing. And let me just grab the link. I'm going to put it in the chat for you. Oh, that's not how we do it. How do we do it, Greg? What's going on? There we go. So there's the link to this podcast where they interview Steve, where Chris interviews Steve. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I just posted that in the live stream chat. So in case you'd like to look at it, you have it available. Okay. And Ava, nice to see you, Ava. I hope you're having a good day, my friend. Hope trading's going well. Hope life is going well. Good chatting with you earlier, and nice trade on UVXY. Frank is here. Hello, Greg and group. Good to see you, Frank. Appreciate everything you do for this channel every day. Really, really mean that. Steve says, thanks, Greg, for covering it. I exited my 449 strike SPY puts for a 44.67% game, 557 each. Yep. I did that earlier. So did I have this right? 44.67. I do. Very, very nice trade, Steve. Congratulations. Steve says, nice that you made money in the SPY overnight trade and I made money on the SPY when we entered opposite positions at the same time. Yeah, I know. It's true, right? We both had a good SPY. I was long, you were short, and we both made money. That's the way it should be. Miko says, I am out of dominoes, Greg. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, here's dominoes right here, right? Yes. So we'll take that off. All right. Okay. So Ava says UVX is on the daily. Okay, good. Glad I got that correct then, Ava. Frank says today's poem. Oh, we have a poem. Sweet. All right. Let me grab this. Let me copy this. Do a little copy paste action. Okay, here we go. Check on that. All right, let's get on with the poem, shall we? All trades should make you grow, teach you something you didn't know. Though small and subtle signs may affect the trades we undergo, when it comes to trading, there is no status quo. Boy, is that true. What a great poem. All trades should make you grow. That's true. They should make you grow. You should learn something from everything. Teach you something you didn't know. Also true. Those small and subtle signs may affect the trades we undergo. When it comes to trading, there is no status quo. So great, Frank. Thank you, sir. Really, really appreciate that. That's just fantastic. That is fantastic. So, all right. Well, we went through everyone's trades, which is good. Real quick, kind of a double check back. Expedia doing really great. 2 profit targets. Very happy with that. Goldman Sachs, I'm short, so this is going against me today, but still profitable on the trade. SPY, of course, had the nice overnight SPY gap up. I will be buying that at the close. And then Visa, back to entry point, still profitable because of the phasing out and the trailing stops. It's a good lesson, and it's a good example of why I like to trade that way. Of course, there's, you can make the case for the other side, but in this particular trade, I'm really glad that I was using that methodology. My end of day stops, 200-day moving average. Okay. Well, listen, before we start to take a look at end of day trades, as you know, I like to talk about trader psychology. It's important to me. It's an important subject. I have my favorite Twitter, Facebook channels out there that do a great job of posting. This is from Ian McFadden, and Ian is a great poster. He posts some nice long posts. They're very informative. He's over at the New Trader Rich Traders Facebook page. If you'd like to go over there and apply for that. I don't have a Twitter handle for him, but on Facebook it's Ian McFadden. But position size is very important to me, and I spent a lot of time talking about it. So when I saw this post, I said, this is perfect. Ian says the perfect position size is one which is small enough not to affect your psychology, but big enough to care. See, that's the fine line right there. You want to have a position size that's small enough so it doesn't affect you. You kind of stay in that, good, grounded, neutral, psychological mind space, but it's not big. It's not small enough not to affect your psychology, but big enough to care, right? If it has to be big enough to care, and I'll explain why here. You will know it's time to increase your position size when you stop caring. You will know it is time to increase your position size when you stop caring. If you don't care, you will take undue risks or overtrade. See, if the position size is too small, you really won't care and be specific about your trade. That's why you do have to care. Position size is a component of discipline. Too big will cause you to second guess a setup. Too small, you will anticipate a setup or take lower quality setups. So, it's a fine line getting the proper position size or enough position size where you don't care, but it's still that it doesn't affect your psychology, but it's still you care about the trade. And Ian says, it's time to increase your position size when you stop carrying, because if you have too small of a position, you may take subprime trades. So position size is very important. You have to find that sweet spot. You have to find the sweet spot, right, in which it's small enough not to affect your psychology, but big enough to care. And if you don't care, you may not take the best trades. So it's a fine line. It's a fine line, and only you are going to know what the right amount is. And that's part of your job as a trader, find that out. So thank you, Ian. I appreciate that. I hope that was helpful for everyone. It's definitely a good reminder to me as well. Okay. Well, let us take a look at some potential trades today, shall we? Here we go. Starting off with CCL, Carnival Cruise Line. Close above the value zone, into the value zone, sideways motion. This is what I'm talking about with sideways motion, everyone, right here. Not when you come into the value zone and immediately bounce. This is what I'm talking about. Above the value zone, into the value zone. You need to stop going down. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days of sideways motion. We have a washout of the previous low. We have a V1. We have a rejection of the 250-day moving average. This is all great. My only concern on this trade is currently it's at 50.07 on the RSI. It was higher than that. Now, if I was in this trade and we rejected the 50 RSI, I would sell half if I was in it. Therefore, if I'm not in it, and I was supposed to sell half if I was in it, I'm not going to get in it. So here's the thing. If it closes over 50 RSI, this is a perfect setup, return to value, sideways motion, false breakout to the downside of day 1 bar and of the range, reverse back up with the close over 1 ATR channel, back over the 250, back over the 50, over the 50 RSI. I like this trade a lot, but if it rejects the 50 RSI, I am not going to take the trade. So this is one of my favorite trades today, but I'm going to have to wait till the end, see if I like it. Twitter did have a confluence of signals today with an under the negative third, over the negative third, under the 30, over the 30. Looks pretty good. I liked it when it was down closer to the 30 RSI. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is holding the 50-week moving average, so I do like that as well. Risk to reward ratio is still really good at 31.92. What I don't like so much is that we've had this big bar, the high, the low. Now we're back at the halfway. That's a little concerning to me after being this high, going this low, rallying back up. But again, it did wash out the 30 RSI. Again, it did wash out the negative third ATR channel. And on the weekly, it did bounce at the negative 1 ATR channel and the weekly. So just going to have to watch that one. CGC. Earlier, it bounced off the negative third ATR channel and a V1. It was back over 30 RSI, but now it is underneath it. So I am going to take that one off the board. GRWG does have a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Nice one too. Here we have a low with deep red MACD bars. We rallied into green MACD. We have come back down. We have tested the previous low. We've also gone under 30, over 30. Makes sense. We have a double bottom bullish divergence going on here. Let's check the weekly. Weekly is okay. I would have liked to have seen it bounce off that negative 2 ATR channel, but so far so good. But it has to close above the 30 RSI in order to be legit. Budweiser. Confluence of signals here. Under the negative third ATR channel, over the negative third ATR channel, under the 30 RSI, over the 30 RSI. That all looks good. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly did reject the negative 4 ATR channel. Seems a little chasing to me. I kind of don't like that it rejected the 5 EMA. That's one thing that I don't like, and there was kind of a big gap here. I mean, it's up 1.71%. I would say Anheuser-Busch is due for a bounce here, but we have a bounce. Is it going to be enough of a bounce? Did it close this gap? Pretty close. Yeah, it looks like it did. I still think I like the others better. MSTR, nice bounce at the 200-day moving average. If we look over at Bitcoin, and basically MSTR is just a function of Bitcoin. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin bounced right at the 200, almost to the penny, everyone. Almost to the penny. So, you can express a Bitcoin trade in MicroStrategies. It's a V1. It's a rejection of the negative third ATR channel. My only concern here, is it a little chasey at this point? I kind of feel like it is, but I'll keep this over here as a potential. FedEx, under 30, over 30, under the 5 EMA, close over the 5 EMA. If we look over on the weekly, we have the negative 2 ATR channel above us as resistance, which I'm not super thrilled about that, so I think I'm going to let that one go. PLTR, tested the 200 here and bounced, tested the 200 here and bounced. Don't like the risk to reward ratio at this point at that level. TMUS, which is T-Mobile, I know a bunch of people have been looking at this recently. It does backtest well over the 250-day moving average, but right now it was above the 250 earlier, and now it is back below, so off my list. Merck, under 30, over 30, but now it's 29.92. It has failed the third ATR channel, so I don't think I like anything there. Upwork, strong move today, but I was teaching Bacon Bandit last night, one of my students, and this is a perfect example of an under 200, over 200, but it's past the second ATR channel. Remember, 92% of prices fail at the third ATR channel, and we're getting pretty close to that. So does the risk to reward make sense? No, I just have a simple rule. If I have an under 200, over 200, and it's above the second ATR channel, I'm just going to pass. Johnson & Johnson. Well, I've been watching Johnson & Johnson for a long time, looking for a legitimate entry in under 30, over 30, but it's 28.31, down again today. What I like here, I'm really just kind of, at this point, waiting for a bounce off the 200-day moving average. That would offer a really good risk to reward ratio, in my opinion. Take care of a little business over here. All right, fun fact. When did a dollar become a buck? During colonial times, deerskins, buckskins, were traded for goods. That makes sense to me. Michael says, I never thought that a position size too small could be bad. That's going into the trading journal. Very good. Yeah, it could. I mean, if you don't care about it, you're just, you may not stay on top of it. Frank says, thank you, Greg and Group. Steve says, that's a great Frank fact. I've never heard that one, and I collect coins as a kid. Steve says, Frank, your poems are epic every single time. I 100% agree with that. Frank says, very much appreciated, Steve. Bacon Bandit, I was just talking about you. Greg, your thoughts on TEN? Yeah, I mean, look, it's an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, under the 200, over the 200, bud. Just like we were talking about last night. It's a confluence of signals. We look over on the weekly. We have held that 50 week. I like it. I like it. I would use the 200-day moving average as my end of day stop. I like it. Steve says Chewy and Roku in the 30 RSI oversold zone. Yeah, about as close to 30 as you can. Well, it's 30 right now, so it certainly went under 30 and over 30. And what's the other one Steve want to look at? Roku? Yep. Roku looks like it went under 30, over 30 as well, and a double bottom with the bullish divergence. Here's the low. Here's the deep red MACD bars. We rallied to green. Came back, made a lower low on less red. That is a Dr. Alexander Elder special. Let's check the low of the bar here, 29.92. You're right, Steve. And this one does have a double bottom and a bullish divergence as well. Weekly still has the 1 ATR channel above it as resistance. That would be my only concern. But double bottom, bullish divergence, under 30, over 30, confluence of signals. Dan says, Frank, awesomeness. MP says, hi, Greg, could you look at pins? Of course. Give me 1 second. Yeah, that is one heck of a V1. Did we go under 30, over 30 as well? Let's see. 32.50. But that is a higher low V1 from here. Nice V1. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm going to put it on the list. And we'll put it on the list here, on the good list. Yeah. False breakout to the downside and a V1. MACD is positive. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly's kind of hanging out between the -1 and the -2. Not quite a double bottom with the bullish divergence, but higher low kind of potential. Quite a lot of volume here as well. So I'm going to have to get in narrow down mode. All right, so Carnival has now lost the 50 RSI. So right now, at least right this moment, I'm not interested in Carnival anymore. Twitter, yeah. I think I'm still interested in Twitter. GRWG. I think I'm going to pass on that. Monster, good, but I think a little chasey. Budweiser, good. I don't like that it rejected the 5 EMA though. So I think what I like the best here is I like Twitter with an under 30, over 30, rejection of the -3rd ATR channel, double bottom, bullish divergence, and or pins. Probably like Twitter. Yeah, I like Twitter the best there. Frank says, thanks, Dan. You're the best. Glenn says, dad joke. I'm afraid for the calendar. Its days are numbered. That is true. Marco is here. Good to see you, Marco. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Hope you're having a nice evening. Frank says, love that, Glenn. Funny and so true. Michael says, SSNC is now at 230 under negative third. I think I tried to look at this one earlier, Mike, and oh no, I can. Never mind. Yeah, under the 200, over the 200. It is a V1. It is a 29.33 though. That big bar on Friday scares me though. That's a big bar, larger than 1 ATR. Yeah, we can bounce, but we're probably going to bounce like to the halfway mark there. Is it still good for a risk to reward ratio? I guess you could make the argument, but it is still under 30 RSI, at least on my charts. Oh yeah, now it's not watching that RSI. Good. Take a look at Apple. You know, we returned to value. We've had 1 day of sideways motion. In my experience, about 75% of the time, if you get a move, big move like this, about larger than 1.5 ATRs, then it will come down and test the -1 ATR channel. 75% of the time, that's what I see happen. Doesn't mean it has to happen this time, for sure, but that's generally what I see, and I play probabilities, so that's a little concerning to me. So I'm just going to have to stick with the plan here on Apple, wait for a couple days of sideways motion, then look for a V1 or a V2. So my favorite at the moment is probably Twitter, double bottom, bullish divergence, rejection of the 30 RSI, rejection of the -3rd ATR channel, under 30, over 30. I like the weekly that we're holding the 50. So what I'm going to buy today is I'm going to buy Twitter at the close. Boy, did I just go through this very fast today? I don't know why I'm so ahead of schedule. Did I forget something? I feel like I might have forgotten something, but maybe not. All right, so I can get rid of Apple. Twitter is my favorite today, although I did like CCL as well, but only if it closes above the 50 RSI. So I'll put those both up there. But my two favorites right now, Twitter, CCL, but only if CCL can close above. It's a beautiful return to value, sideways motion. If they both trigger, I'll take a half of Twitter. I'll take a half of Carnival. If only one of them triggers, then I will just take one full position. I don't like to take more than one full position a day. If I can take more than one position, but they have to be halvies. Paxton says, everyone hit the like button. Thank you, Paxton. Yeah, if you could, that would be nice of you, if you don't mind, if you found something useful. Glenn says, Twitter, worst returns are in September. Best time to buy is late November. Well, I wouldn't argue with that, but I do have a legitimate signal here too, though, Glenn, right? I have a double bottom, bullish divergence, rejection of the 30 RSI, rejection of the -3rd ATR channel. Good risk to reward ratio off of its lows. Weekly, I like with the holding of the -1 ATR channel and the 50-week moving average. So Yeah, listen. I wish this setup happened in November so that the seasonals lined up with the technicals. But I think I'm just going to have to go ahead and take it as is because it is a combination of indicators. CCL still struggling with the 50 RSI, but I'm still keeping my eye on it. So again, everyone, my favorite CCL if and only if it closes above the 50, and Twitter for the reasons I just mentioned. Expedia doing great, doing fine. Nothing to have to mess with there. 2 profit targets. Goldman Sachs, my shorts, going against me today, but still profitable on the trade. Of course, buying SPY at the end of the day. Grateful for a nice gap up. And Visa looks like it's holding. So Twitter is what I'm looking at. CCL is what I am looking at. I mean, you couldn't really get a more perfect return to value sideways motion. But I want to see that close over 50. That's the key for me. And Bacon Bandit, I did like 10. 10 looked really quite good. Yep. Confluence of signals. Under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third, under 200, over 200. I'd use the 200 as my end of day stop. That's just me. On the weekly, we did reject the 50 EMA on the weekly. So yeah, that all looks good. Up 6.33% today. That's a big move. That's a big move. Confirm with volume here. Yeah, that all looks good. Carnival still hanging right underneath that third ATR channel. I'm sorry, under the 50 RSI. Glenn says, CCL, worst 2 months in a row are September and October. Oh, I believe it. I believe it for sure. David says, EXPE for an entry today. 520 crossover, V1, under 50, over 50 RSI. It is definitely a V1. Is it a 520 crossover? Not quite. It's 146.58 to 146.60, David. So it's close, but combination of indicators are always good. Under 50, over 50. I like what you're thinking. I like how you're thinking. Looking for all those nuances. Makes sense. You know, it's up nicely. Dow's back up 198 points, huh? Wow, NASDAQ now down only 47. Apple made that little rally, and now it's selling back off into the value zone. Couple bars of sideways motion here might be a good end of day trade. What do we have? 10 minutes left. There it goes. CCL above the 50 now. I like CCL better than I like Twitter, to be honest with you. So if CCL does trigger, I think I'm just going to take CCL and not Twitter. CCL still holding the 50 RSI. Steve says VRM near range support and 31 RSI handle. All right, let's see how low we got here. We got to about a 30.86, Steve. MACD is positive. Tried to bounce off the -1 ATR channel. Carnival Cruise Line possibly losing its 50.07. Carnival Cruise Line under 50 now, so I may have to revert back over to Twitter. Back over the 50. All sorts of fun and games. Steve says EXPE backtest 520 backtest 43% win rate, 1-to-2 risk to reward ratio. Steve says thanks Greg for Vroom. You are certainly welcome, buddy. You are certainly welcome. Did EXPE, has it actually done the crossover now? 148.68, 148.63. Yes, it has. 520 crossover, false breakout and downside V1 under 250, over 250. The only question there is it a little extended? We're getting right up on the weekly. We have the -1 ATR channel above us as resistance. That's a little concerning. Holding the 10 EMA on the monthly is Twitter. Weekly holding the 50. Daily has the under 30, over 30 rejection of the -30 ATR channel. I imagine we're going to run into some resistance at the 200 above. All in all, I think I like CCL better. Michael says NIL false breakout. Yeah. Looks fairly good. It's a higher low V1 rejection of the -1 ATR channel. Yeah, that one looks good as well. Let's look at the weekly holding the -1 ATR channel. That's all good. All right, so I'm going to concentrate on CCL here with the close above the 50 RSI. Glenn says Democrats propose top corporate and individual tax rates of 26.5% and 39.6% respectively. Interesting. Now, if I do buy CCL today, if I'm going to have to decide whether I'm going to use the 250 as my stop or if I'm going to treat this as a return to value sideways motion V1, V2. There's pluses and minuses to each of them. I'll probably go with the closer one. So if we close below 50 tomorrow and still held our end of day stop, my end of day stop on this one, by the way, is going to be halfway of this washout bar. Right about here will be my end of day stop. So tomorrow, if we lose the 50 but keep the end of day stop, I would still sell half because of the rejection of the 50 RSI. What are we at? 50.24. All right, nothing else is really a photo finish for me here. So I think I can just wait it out on CCL. What do you have, about 2.5 minutes? Two minutes to go, everyone. Wow, Dow's up 253 points. Amazing. 1 minute to go. Just waiting to see if CCL, Carnival Cruise Line, is going to close above the 50 RSI. If it does, I'm going to buy it. If not, I am going to pass. But it is currently at 50.24 at the moment. All right, I'm going to go ahead and buy CCL here. Looks like it's going to be closing above. So I did just enter CCL. All right, that's the close. That is the close of the day. So let's see where I got filled. I got filled on the overnight SPY at 446.58, and I bought CCL at 23.31. All right, so Steve's out of those puts. Really nice trade, Steve. My new entry point on the SPY is 446.58. And then Carnival Cruise Line, I didn't buy Twitter. And then Carnival Cruise Line I bought at 23.31. All right, good enough. So listen, if any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, go ahead, put it in the live stream chat. I will get to it in just a few moments. Just want to remind everybody, I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I'm good at teaching. I've had such great success with my students. In the course that I teach, it's 15 hours total. 5 sessions. Each session is 3 hours, just you and I, one-on-one in the evening time via Skype. I think it's the best way to learn. And the course that I teach is great. I teach you all 5 of my trading setup. I teach you step by step exactly how to trade each setup that I've been using for the last 25 years. And there's 5 of them. So no matter what the market's doing, probably going to be something there that you can use. I know it's going to make you a better trader. It does cost $1,750, but it's worth every penny, everyone. Really, if you want to get serious, you want to learn how to trade, you want to, have a one-on-one mentor like me, send me an email. Email's in the link of the description. Just say in the email, Greg, I'm potentially interested in taking your course. I'll say, great. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. It's a good way for you and I to talk about trading. You ask me questions about the course, me ask you questions about you and your trading, your challenges, your goals. After the call, after the Skype call, think about it as long as you want, seriously. But one day, if you decide today's the day and you're like, you know what, I do want to up my game, I do want to be a better trader, just email me back and we'll get it all set up. All right. Secondly, I do have an online course available on udemy.com. The link is in the description of this video. It's a great course. It's called the Deep Dip Buy Stock Trading Strategy. I use deep dip buys all the time. In that online course, I teach you step by step how to trade the deep dip buy strategy. And I think you're going to love the course. I've had so many good reviews and so many good comments from around the world. I know it's helping people, help you too. Best part, it's like $12, but don't let that fool you, because it's 9.5 hours of video. It's 15 study guides. It's 26 videos total. It's a great course. It'll help you be a better trader, regardless of whether you do the online course or whether or not you do the one-on-one course. You're going to be a better trader. I put a lot of energy and calories into teaching. It's very important that my students succeed. That's very important to me. I want you to know that. Lastly, if you like today's podcast, I would really appreciate it if you would be able to hit the thumbs up button if you found something useful here today. Helps build the channel, helps keep the channel around, lets YouTube know there's some good content here. All right. Okie dokie, Smokey. So let's take a look and see what everyone is doing. All right, so Steve is long Roku. At 322.24. Good entry. 322.24. Nice entry, Steve. All right, we got that. Vroom. BRM. Steve is long Vroom at 25.84. And Steve is also long Chewy. Okay, we've got another Chewy person in here too, the dynamic duo. How should I do this? I guess I should go here, 73.65. And we'll put that one in as Steve's. I'll put this over here, so I'll put this one over here so I know it's dynamic duo. And then I'll put Steve here so I know it's Steve. Okay. David is an EXPE. How should I do this? Maybe up here like that so I know it's David. Tom is in CCL. All right. Bacon Bandit is in 10. Good. I like that trade. I'm going to put you in as BB. BB, Bacon Bandit. Michael Wilkinson is in NEO, or NIO. Okay. All right, we got Lova in there and CCL. You were right. CCL was my favorite one. Lova, you knew that from the beginning. Nice read. My only other position is STNA, which could be a legitimate entry today. I feel good about this portfolio. Glenn says UNH and Goldman Sachs heavily influenced the Dow with the share price over 400. UNH was up today, I guess. .63%. Yep, and Goldman Sachs. Frank is out of Zoom. Second half target hit earlier. Back to cash. Frank is back to cash, everybody. Paxton is in Twitter. Oh, dynamic duo. 10. NIO. Chewy. Sold it at the market too soon. Frowny face. Oh, I see, I see. All right, so that just leaves us Steve then. Okay, so Steve is in Chew. Michael said, I recommend both the Udemy course and the big course too. Thank you, Lova. Appreciate that. They're both good. Michael says, oh, forgot my entry on CCL was 23.31 and 38.35. Okay. And CCL, okay, well, we'll just put it here then, love. $23.31. What's happening after hours? Apple's up a smidge. CCL down a little bit. Goldman Sachs unchanged. SPY up 38 cents. That's good. Kamal says no new trades today. Okay, Kamal. Thank you, Greg. Have a great day, everyone. You as well. Jonathan is in CCL. It's great when your short list is similar to mine. Good. Good. I'm glad that our short lists are lining up, Jonathan. All right. Got that. Right, so if anyone has any new entries or exits, any additional ones they'd like me to get up on the board, if you're my student, please let me know. Before that, I just want to read this. I like to read this every day. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. Martin Kornfeld. Let's read it word by word. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, you know what a random act of kindness daily is, right? Just do something nice. Give somebody a smile, a wave. Help them pick something up, hold the door for them, something. We just might set the world in the right direction. So there's a possibility by us doing that, we might set the world in the right direction. Seems like probably a pretty good thing to do. If I could ask you one additional favor, maybe if you could go out and do something nice for an animal today, it's going to make them feel good. It's going to make you feel good. It's going to make the human feel good. It's going to make you feel good. It's win-win all around. Why would we not want to do that? So just like to leave off every day, if we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. I agree, Martin Kornfeld. Paxton says, thanks everyone. Have a great day. You have a great day as well, buddy. All right, well, listen, I think that's it for today. Appreciate you being here. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Be good, be kind, be safe, drive safe, do some deep breathing, maybe get a little exercise, be kind to others, be good to yourself. Not Stingy says, can anyone lend an inventor a helping hand? Well, I would imagine that somewhere on YouTube, there's got to be some channels that talk exactly about that. Not Stingy. I would think Ava is in CCL. Okay, Ava. Let's get Ava up on the board here. Michael says, thank you for everything, Greg. You are certainly welcome. Ava says, thank you, Greg, and all. Thank you, Ava. Hope you have a good day, my friend. So, yeah, all in all, not too bad of a day. Good day trading day. Glad for that. Little mixed bag on the swing trades, but that's okay. Sometimes day trades bring the money in, sometimes swing trades, sometimes both, sometimes neither. But usually one or the other. That's why I like trading multiple time frames. That's why I like trading monthly time frames, weekly time frames, daily time frames, 5-minute time frames, 25-minute time frames. You know, it's a big part of my trading philosophy. Trade as many different time frames as you can. Trade as many different stock strategies as you can. That's what's important to me. That is what is, and as many different markets as you can as well. Jonathan says, cheers, guys. Thank you, Jonathan. All right, well, listen, I think that's it. Hope you had a good start to your week. I'm going to put my hiking shoes on, go for a nice little hike. It's a beautiful day. Wish you could all come with me. It would be fun. We could talk a little trading, some hot V1, V2 talk. Or we could get away from trading too. We could discuss the meaning of life if that one would be better. Miko says, thanks, Greg. Have a good day, everyone. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that, bud. So, all right, well, I'll leave you off here. Have a good rest of your day. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow during the last hour of the market. Thanks again, everyone. Take care. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.